Hello, hello, and welcome back for another nocturnal scatological incident in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War. And nocturnal scatological incident is my way of politely mentioning how badly I shit the fucking bed on our last mission. Which, at this point, I think makes 3 missions in a row now where I've kinda pooped in a sack. Yeah, it's, not good. Makes me feel like just maybe I should consider investing in some rubber sheets. If I'm gonna make this a habit, rubber sheets really do seem like a strong precaution. I mean, there's a reason people use the colloquialism sticks to it like shit to a blanket when it comes to describing stickiness, and I, for one, am tired of making midnight runs to the laundromat to scrub the stubborn stuck-on stains out of my duvet. And if I'm gonna keep shitting up every mission like an infant with cholera, I may as well try to make cleanup as simple as possible, hence the rubber sheets, which, of course, I actually mean gene mod facility. This is my plan for rubber sheets. This is the XCOM equivalent of rubber sheets. I'd prefer not to need them because they're not exactly comfortable, and I don't like gene modifications. In fact, I kind of feel like the extra fatigue time from gene mods actually gives them a negative cost to benefit ratio. But if I have to, I will use the second heart mod as a stopgap to sort of slow any potential slide into oblivion by giving it to troopers who are maxed on both psychic and regular EXP. If we get someone who's at the absolute cap, I'll hit them with second heart, because then they can't lose willpower and they can't be straight up killed. It will help keep them alive, so that way we don't have a chance of losing any potential volunteer or volunteer candidate. Just like those rubber sheets will help keep me from losing another fistful of quarters at my local laundromat at 3 a.m. So yeah, the gene mod facility is ultimately a rubber sheet plan. And it's, I've been pooping to bed a lot lately. It's really sort of seems like the right thing to do. Anyway, let's get to scanning and see if we can avoid any potential nocturnal scatological emissions here. I prefer the regular kind of nocturnal emission. They just are more fun. Instead of waking up in a state of panic with a warm pants full of Dukas, you wake up in a state of bliss with a warm pants full of schmutz. But still, I mean, the pants are going to be warm and full of schmutz either way. You might as well have the pleasant dream that leads up to it. We got a medium raider coming in low over Nigeria. We could send Dead Stick. We could send Bronco Jim McNasty up to see if he could... You know what? Let's do that. Alright, Bronco Jim, I want you to get up there and I want you to fuck those aliens like only you know how. You've got years of porno experience to draw on here, Bronco Jim. You give him a wild ride. Give him a wilder ride than Mr. Toad did, and we all know that Mr. Toad's shit is wild in the extreme. You don't get your own ride at Disney World called Mr. Toad's Wild Ride unless you're one wild toad. That's just the way it works. You gotta be a wild toad before that shit comes on board. Contact detected. Bronco Jim McNasty actually kind of a bit of a letdown. I gotta say, Bronco Jim, with a name like Bronco Jim, I was expecting I don't know, a little more stalwart performance out of you, champ. I gotta say, that was pretty lackluster. I mean, it was anticlimactic. Sure, there was a climax. We saw the evidence of it because you gobbed all over that chick's face. And by gobbed, I mean ejaculated, but even though we saw the evidence, it wasn't that great. Alright, so there's our medium UFO down. I am glad we actually splashed this because this will give us a chance to go salvage it. There's an ethereal, because of course there is. A Muton Elite, a regular Muton, floaters, Mactoids, Sectoids drone. Alright, well, if Atlas King and company are available, since we do have an ethereal on the mission, we will try and mind control it again. I mean, we did it last time. We got, what, like a 15% chance, which didn't work out. Atlas King is available, but we also got to get him into we need to get him in the tube. Hold on a second. We got to take a look at this. We need to get Atlas King into the tube. We really do. How long until... Well, it's 4 days until... You know what? Yeah, no disadvantage then. We may as well take Atlas King. We might as well do it. There's really no disadvantage here. All right, then. We're giving up roughly 1 day of tube time. And for a chance to mind control an ethereal, granted, it's going to be not a great chance, but it will be a chance nonetheless. All right, what's our engagement area look like? Planes. Of course it's planes. It's always planes on the medium UFOs. I'm getting kind of sick of the planes. Who do we want to take on this mission? Let's take one really good sniper and one sort of mediocre sniper. We did this actually the last time we had this map, and it worked out actually pretty well. Although this is a medium UFO, we could be... You know what? I'm going to take one sniper. With a medium UFO, we could be spending a little time doing combat in the ship. Just out of an abundance of caution, let's just take Helen Deadeye Keller, who is the greatest killer in the history of the XCOM project, and then we'll backfill with maybe something else. Nobody second guesses Helen Keller, by the way. She's the greatest killer in the XCOM project, and I won't hear anybody saying alternatively. No one will say anything else. Hey, Thomas More is back. Well, you're going on the mission, Tom. One, because I don't want to take either Mata Good Time Hari or Jane Sporty Spice Austin, and two, because it's a chance for you to actually get some regular EXP. You're capped on Psychic EXP, but you do still need some regular EXP. Nice to see our Plasma Dragoon here is still broken. That kind of sucks. This does prevent... Oh, you know what? I was going to say this actually presents a somewhat somewhat undesirable situation with regard to shadow devices, but now that I think about it, Thomas More is psychically active, so there's no disadvantage to bringing him here. So let's grab a Neuro Gun Link, Neuro Regulator. Cognitive Enhancer actually would be useful. Walker Servos would also be useful, but nah, we need regular EXP. Let's go with the Cognitive Enhancer, and then we're also going to have him just go with the old shadow device. So that's got St. Thomas locked, loaded, and ready to roll. Atlas King, of course, is going to be our scout on this mission, so let's grab the man himself. There's a man walking around, killing aliens. I don't know the rest of the words to this song, but I can speak in his pattern of speech, and then I'll say something about Atlas King. My Johnny Cash it's not good. I'm sorry I subjected you to that. I do feel a little guilty, but there is a man coming round, both taking names and kicking the shit out of aliens, and that man is Atlas King. Alright, so Atlas King gets every single possible psychic bit we can cram onto him. We've got to give him as much of a willpower bonus as we can, which means Neuroregulator, Mind Shield, and no Shadow Device for Atlas King. That's no Shadow Device. Atlas King can take a Motion Tracker instead. So we've got, we need a medic and an engineer. Let's try and cobble that together. Napoleon is on the scene. Nicola the Madman Test. We actually got a pretty good selection of engineers for a change. Marie Radium Curie is around. The Knife Man is not psychically active, and that's unlikely to ever change. Isaac Apple Newton. Elizabeth Tudor. All right, well, I was hoping we might get... Is Annette Durand around? I was hoping we might get Durand around. I do want to try and focus on both the Bobsies and Durand when applicable, because I really feel like they're going to help us alleviate some of the log jam in the tube. The tube jam is getting to be pretty egregious, and we need to get some people through the tube, and given the propensity for our troopers to fucking fail every single time we put them in the tube, we're trying to get the Bobsies and Annette Durand in, because I have a suspicion that they are hard-coded to always succeed. So we'll go with alien grenades and shadow devices here for Marie Radium Curie, who has failed a remarkable number of times in the tube. How do we want to handle the assault situation? We could do Teddy and the bench. Where's the bench? Yeah, you know what? Teddy and the bench are fine. We actually are to the point now where we have 3 two-man assault teams that are strictly top-notch. We got Steve Loco Irwin, Eleanor Roosevelt. Top-notch killers right there. We got the Old Master and the Immortal Bard, Leonardo da Vinci and William Shakespeare. And of course, who could possibly forget Teddy and the bench? Those rogue rebel, I want to say cops, but they actually quit the force. They're on their own now. They started a private detective agency. Teddy and the bench has officially been canceled. Wasn't quite getting the ratings that NBC actually wanted to see. So what they've done instead, they've foregone the whole Teddy and the bench thing, and now it's Teddy and the bench, Private Eyes, Wednesdays on CBS. They used to be cops. Now they've struck out on their own, bringing their own particular brand of justice and mayhem to the hot streets of, let's say, I don't know, Miami, because that seems like a place where Teddy and the bench would hang out. Wednesdays on CBS, Teddy and the bench, Private Eyes. Private Bench. It sounds actually more like a sort of a movie that would star Goldie Hawn. That was Private Benchman. It's not fucking funny. Alright, let's see here. Deadeye, Gunner, alright, Scout, Engineer, Double Assaults. Do we have a medic? We do not. Well, we need a medic, and our medic needs to have Psi Inspiration, which means we have to take Jesus, I think. Wait, Jesus, do you have Psi Inspiration? What do you got, Jesus? I don't even remember. You have, what, Mind Fray? Jesus has Mind Fray. Well, we can't take Jesus then. I know Elvis has psi inspiration, but I kind of really don't want to take Elvis because Elvis needs to go in the tube, but I suppose we've got the same sort of logjam 5-day issue for Elvis as we have for Atlas King. If we can spare Atlas King, technically I suppose we could spare Elvis as well, so nothing fancy here. Let's give Elvis a regular old plasma rifle, motion tracker, med kit, and, you know, walker servos would be somewhat desirable, but if it comes down to choosing between walker servos or a shadow device, I'm gonna take a shadow device 10 out of 10 times. That's as close to a no-brainer as no-brainer gets. What are we missing then? What role do we not have? Got a sniper, a gunner, a scout, an engineer, 2 assaults, and a medic. Oh, we've got I guess we've got a commander's choice candidate. Well then, options. We could go with another sniper, but I sort of already dismissed that idea, and I think I was right to do so. We could take the War Dog, because I hate myself. It's the only reason I could think to do that. You know, Jack Superhero Kirby should probably go. We could maybe get him to max. Yeah. I do like infantry troopers. They're fantastic. I got no complaints about anything any of our infantry have ever done for us on pretty much any mission. They're top-notch across the board. I mean, I'm going to have to take away Elvis's big boy gun here and give him the little boy gun. Sorry, Elvis, it's a training pistol for you. I know it's made out of rubber, but you're unlikely to fire it anyway, so you may not notice. We're going to give the big boy gun to the superhero. And I think walker servos, illuminator gun. Yes, I know what an illuminator gun sight does. I'd like to equip it. That's why I want to equip it, because I know what it does. It's real good. Walker servos, illuminator gun sight, and I'm leaning towards high capacity mags here. Yeah, I don't see anything else that's going to be more useful. So high capacity mags, that's got the superhero locked loaded. Let's go get stuck in. Alright, team. There's only one rule on this flight. It's going to be a short flight, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. But the one rule for this mission, there will be no shitting in the bed. None. If you feel like you have to go, you go before you go to bed, and if you're not sure you can control yourself while asleep, I do have some rubber underpants that are available, and I will strap them on you. You don't want to make me strap on the rubber underpants, because let me tell you, when I put on the rubber underpants and put you between the rubber sheets, that rubber-on-rubber action is going to make for a real uncomfortable night's sleep, and it's going to yank at your pubic hair. It's really going to suck. So, you know, don't shit the bed on this one. You don't want to have to be trying to sleep while your pubes are being slowly yanked, like somebody's got just a fistful of them all night. It's going to be real uncomfortable.
Come in, HQ. Big Sky has reached the outer marker. Approaching the crash site now.
Alternatively, I suppose you could just shave them, and let's face it, I think some of our troopers are probably already rolling that way. You know Atlas King, sexy son of a bitch that he is, you know Atlas King is rolling shaved. Atlas King's got no hair down there. You take away the hair, it makes the meat and potatoes look bigger. That's part of the Atlas King mystique. He's like, oh man, Atlas King, look how well hung he is. He's like, you know, it's basically just average size, just looks big, baby. But that's an Atlas King patented secret. He's gonna take that to his grave. All right, so let's get Helen Deadeye Keller in the air. Where are we, by the way? And where is the enemy vessel? We're sort of where we always are on this map, right? In the corner? No, we are not. We in the middle? See, I'm not sure where the hell we are. The alien craft is, like, up there. We came in this at kind of an odd angle. Alright, well, let's just get Helen Deadeye Keller up over here by the corner. And she's got a nice wide field of vision from there. I think that's probably good. Let's get a motion tracker active. Elvis, that really seems like a you job. Anything on radar? Elvis says, oh, mama, ain't nothing on here. Ain't nobody in the building. Not even Elvis. Elvis has left the building. Alright, so let's double move then and see if we can really expand our zone of... Alright, so there are no aliens anywhere. I was told there were 20 aliens on this map. Long War, your hyperwave relay said there were 20. Were you lying to me? Because it sort of seems like maybe, just maybe, you were lying a little bit. Are we in the same spot we're always? No, this is definitely not. We came in on the side. Usually there's a pod right here. And so this is odd.
10-4.
It's odd that there's no pod, but I suppose I'll have to try and make do. Perhaps later for dinner I'll have some cod and maybe do an odd job. Alright, I lost it there with job, admittedly. I was working a rhyme scheme, but it fell apart. I'm not a lyrically imposed man. I do what I can, but I get distracted when I see a man like Teddy in the bench. I'm just thinking about that sweet spin-off action they're gonna have. I'm telling you, Teddy in the bench is Private Eyes. I just don't think it works. It just doesn't have the same feel. I mean, sure, they are on CBS now, because NBC is like, sorry, Teddy and the Bench, one can only have so many shows about good-looking rebel cops who play by their own rules before that sort of gets played out. And I think we've hit our limit. They were like, oh, man, really? And they were like, yeah, I'm sorry, but Teddy and the Bench, fucking cancel. And like, that's fine, we'll just run it to CBS. We got a spin-off, it'll be fine. Alright, so Atlas King can see a vast array of people, and none of them is an ethereal, so we're going to go straight up for the mind control here. I'd like to get the Muton if I can. 93%, I know we have 100% at a floater, but I'd vastly prefer to get this Muton. So there we go. Welcome to Team XCOM Muton, and that was real fucking terrible, actually. Please tell me it didn't also pop the... Yeah, of course it did. Well then, this is going to be very interesting, especially if that ethereal has the rift, which at this point I have to assume that he has. So this is god-awful. This really could not have gone much worse. Alright, what can we do? Who has shots? Oh, we are in such a terrible spot. St. Thomas More can't shoot at anything. He has no shots anywhere? Yeah, it's totally sensible. Alright, what can you do, Deadeye? Well, we gotta kill these floaters. We've gotta try and trim down the number of units that can see us. We're gonna have to try and make them come to us. That's really the only play we can do here. We got you, we got you. Theoretically, we might be able to get somebody else who can shoot at that guy. What is that, a Muton? Oh, that's a Muton Elite. We don't want to shoot at him. He's a billion miles away. There's heavy floaters back there with those guys, too. Well, that's fantastic. Floaters and heavy floaters. Alright, let's take this shot. I know we had a guaranteed hit. I really would have liked to kill there, but we weren't going to get it. Kirby. If you can see anybody from here, you're falling back. Okay, you can't. That's good. You're going to go on Overwatch. Curie. We need you in full cover, but also somewhat close to the action, so you're going to be over there. Thurgood Marshall, similarly, we want you over here. I think we really kind of have to drastically shift our engagement zone. We've got to try and make these guys come out, and suddenly St. Thomas More has a shot. A second ago he had no shot, but now he has a shot, just through whatever miracle. It's because there was somebody in the tile next to him, and he couldn't spin and shoot. I really hate that mechanic a lot. It's poor game design. It really is. It's just that the line of sight doesn't actually target the tile you're targeting. So we could run and gun here, pick up a meld canister, and go for some... you know what? No. I'd rather not use the run and gun. Let's just dash. We'll be fine. This floater's not going to be able to flank us from there. And I really do want to shift our field of engagement. I want to try and bring these aliens out of this ship into the open if I can. Alright, so the floater's flying high. That's very good for us, depending on where he comes down. Somewhere off the map. Great. This mission's going to take 300 years then, because I'm going to have to try and find that floater. So our friendly neighborhood Muton here, who we have mind-controlled, I have a feeling that things are not going to end well for this poor gentleman. Killed in a single shot, in fact. Alright, well, that's, awful. 15 damage critical, but better he take it than we take it. That's all I gotta say. Alright, so we got more heavy floater. Alright, this heavy floater is a very serious problem. Shooting at Atlas King, yeah. We should probably have Atlas King fall back. I would rather have Atlas King taking every shot. He's the most important man in the XCOM project. And we've got him... Please tell me you have Bombard. Of course you have Tandem Warheads, Marie Curie. Why is it that I always seem to have the wrong sort of engineer for every situation? It never fails. It's always the one... I never have the one I actually need. I always have the other one. Heavy Floater Destroyer. So it's fucking tooled up to beat the band, too. Fantastic. Yeah, you're gonna be moving at the end of the turn, but we might as well take this... Take the meld canister. I can't get the meld canister because I'm not on fucking fantastic. Oh, it's brilliant. Roger that. I'm not on the same actual plane as it, so I can't take the meld canister because, you know, that's not at all horseshit.
Position confirmed.
Alright, we need Thomas More to be able to get a shot at something. He's not going to this turn. Kirby, we need you in better cover, champ. We can't leave you there. So we're gonna have you fall back over here. Excellent. I want you on Overwatch. Curie, I need to get you closer, but we're in kind of a similar situation. I can't really get you closer. So you're going to be on Overwatch.
Scanning.
Atlas King, I think you're going to fall back. I would really rather have you just not also be visible. So, yeah, we can't take chances with the life of Atlas King. He's the most important man in the XCOM project. We got to keep him alive. Thomas, I mean, you can't go on Overwatch, so you may as well reload. Elvis, we could have you throw a psychokinetic strike at something, but I guess that doesn't really do us a whole lot of good since there's no cover we want to destroy. We're going to have Deadeye Keller reload, and then we're going to put her on a steady weapon. We're just going to let the aliens come to us. If they want to play, we're going to make them come out here and play in the open. You come out here and play in traffic. If you want to play with the cool kids play in this traffic, and you're going to have to come out here and play in the traffic with us. If I can't see the enemy, how can they see me? Someone please explain to me how you're getting squad sight shots off on me? Because it's not at all complete and total horseshit. Jack Kirby with some Overwatch.
Damn it.
Love some of the line of sight bullshit in XCOM. It's real good. Especially when you have guys with squad sight taking squad sight shots they shouldn't even qualify for. And so we got a lot of aliens coming out here. Marie Curie's going to take a little poke, nothing doing.
Shot failed to connect.
All things considered, we're actually in a reasonable position here. We got a number of overwatching aliens, but that's not necessarily an insurmountable problem. Jack Kirby's going to have some good shots. The King's not going to be able to do shit. Roosevelt could come up on the flank, but that would leave him in a desperate situation as far as return fire goes. So we may want to reconsider that. St. Thomas More's got a couple here. Double 76% on that floater. That's pretty good. I think Marie Curie can probably enhance that slightly, though. Alright, Curie, we need you going up and over with a grenade. I'm more interested in the cover. Can you hit the floater, too? Can you hit the floater and the muton? I mean, you've got tandem warheads. Let's try and make use of them here. Can you? Come on. Make it work. Find a way. Nope, you can't. Alright. Well, if you can't make it work, we can at least do full damage to this muton and destroy all of this cover. This will put 2 of these units into open. So Madame Curie delivers. We got 11 damage on the Muton Elite. Wow, that's remarkable output. And that floater is now standing wide in the open. St. Thomas More should have a ruinous shot on him. Still, it's still just double 7. It didn't get any better, huh? Okay. Well, 13 damage critical is a pretty good start. The 8 damage follow-up is really one short of what we needed. I can't help but feel like our Plasma Dragon would have probably held us in good stead there. We can panic a unit as well if the need arises. Let's see what Jack Kirby can do here. Well, Kirby's almost certain to get a kill here. This shot can't critical, it can only miss. Or it can't not critical, it can only miss. This shot actually both hits. This shot is a guaranteed hit and a guaranteed critical. So that guy's down. Now, we could send Roosevelt up and take a shot. He would have a hit-and-run shot at that floater. You'd have to run double Overwatch to do it. I'm not sure that's worth it. Helen Keller, you're on a double tap, right? You should be. So this could produce a kill. Very nice. Helen Keller brings the pain.
X-ray down.
I don't care what you say about Helen Keller. You can talk about her disabilities all you want. Helen Keller. Oh my God, Helen Keller, holy shit!
Nailed him.
You damn sure nailed him, Helen Keller. That was the greatest shot of all time. You fucking ruined that guy. See? I'm telling you. Sure, Helen Keller, she may have started life with some disadvantages, but it doesn't matter. Helen Keller doesn't care. You can't tell Helen Keller no. She will not be gainsayed. She will not. Helen Keller does it all. Teddy and the bench are not really contributing a lot to this mission thus far. But then again, we haven't really needed it. Let's just stick to the game plan here. Don't rush in and cause a bed shitting incident. We just stay put. We make the aliens come out if they want to try and spot off of us. There's our long lost friend with 1 health, who's probably getting killed by Atlas King. Yep, so much for you. You sexy son of a bitch, Atlas King. No fucking rubber underpants for Atlas King. Oh no, he will not be wearing the rubber undies. Atlas King, he doesn't have to worry about the rubber undies. Taking a shot at Atlas King? Yeah. You know, eventually somebody's gonna get lucky and hit one of those Atlas. We should probably knock that shit off. Or that ethereal's just gonna come up here and drop the rift on your ass. That would be terrible. Alright, so we've got a very significant muton problem here, and we really need a grenade to solve the problem. Panic has some strategic benefits. Jack Kirby could get a reasonable shot. We've got the Deadeye back there if we need it. We could almost certainly kill this guy and pull all of the Overwatch. And still retreat to safety. I think this is a reasonable plan. So let's bring Teddy up here. We're going to have Teddy take his hit and run. This is going to pull a whole bunch of Overwatch from these elites. This is Teddy's job. I mean, his second job. His first job, of course, is he's now a private eye in Miami. He specializes in runaways and cheating spouses. He especially prefers the cheating spouses because he really likes taking those boudoir pics. I mean, he's got a knack for it. I can't really fault the guy. He has an aptitude. He definitively has an aptitude for the boudoir pic. So I'm not trying to throw shade at him or call him out or anything. He's handy with a camera. I would really love to get a grenade up in there. So is this the turn for the shadow device then? This may be the turn for the shadow device. Alright, can we engineer a shadow device run then becomes the question. Because we can't, with that ethereal in play, we can't afford to leave anyone unattended. Did we just not get hit? We didn't get hit and run. Oh, this is real bad. So okay, well, we've got to get over here then. So the shadow device is, it's in play. The shadow device is absolute must. It has to be thrown. I would prefer Atlas King not be the man who has to throw it, but a shadow device has to be thrown here. Madame Curie can't get close enough. Oh, this is real shitty. I mean, we could have her double move. Alright, so Atlas King is probably gonna... Atlas King doesn't have a shadow device, does he? Nope, he doesn't. St. Thomas More has it. Yeah, that's real bad. I mean, Madame Curie has one, but it's not gonna do us any good. St. Thomas More has one. Madame Curie, Elvis has the other one. I don't think Elvis is gonna be able to throw one far enough.
Good to go.
All right, well, let's see how far Elvis can huck one. It's definitely not gonna be far enough. Nope, not even close. So, save us, Marie Curie. You're the only one who can. Save me, Sabrina Fair. Alright, well, let's make sure Madame Curie can fucking throw one that far before we do something remarkably stupid. So, you can cover it, right, Curie? Okay, Curie can hit it. So, Madame Curie is going to have to be the lone wolf who is not shadow deviced, and we'll have the rest of the team then. They got to make best possible speed. This is real suboptimal situation. There's a lot of not goodness coming off of this. Our best shot is a 32%er. Alright, well, we'll take it. I mean, shit, shot's a shot. And we wasted a bullet.
Negative damage.
St. Thomas More, you're in what is, frankly, an absolutely terrible situation. Just god-awful. How far can you run if you just run? Alright, we're just gonna have you move. Same for Jack Kirby. Helen Deadeye Keller will take whatever shots she can get. Elvis, we should probably have you just run too. We need Elvis to be unseen though. He has to also be not visible.
Moving.
This should be respectably safe. All right, so Curie. There's no way we can cover that many people. Kirby, we can get you up here. So let's do that. We might as well have Jack Kirby in with the team. Kirby, that pathing was goddamn awful. If there had been anybody on Overwatch, you would have certainly gotten yourself shot. I'm a little salty about that. So this is a double tap turn? I don't remember. Alright, what do we got on the ethereal? Is that a 100% chance to hit the... No, that's a floater, I think. 97 on the ethereal is... Yeah, it's too good to pass up. That guy has a ridiculous amount of health. We did 9 damage. That's it? 9? We also need to know if this guy's the Rift. So we're shooting him again. That goes without saying. I want to see what abilities he has. He has Squad Sight. Fantastic. Hardened, Executioner, Sprinter, Adaptive Bone Marrow, Mind Fray. He has the fucking Rift. Silence, Side Control, Side Range, Shock Absorbent Armor, and Distortion Field. Fantastic. This guy is supremely difficult and ultimately powerful. If he hits us with the Rift, he's going to kill like 12 people. So we have got to prioritize that guy over almost anyone else. And this Shadow Device is an absolute must. If we don't Shadow Device here, these guys will get a Rift dropped on them, and it could theoretically kill all of them. It does like 20 damage. The Rift is possibly the most dangerous ability in XCOM. We're just gonna end our turn. We probably should have taken a shot or thrown a panic with Atlas King first, but I can't afford to be doing anything even remotely dangerous. This guy's gonna help us out. He's gonna get 20 health back from Side Drain, and the rest of his damage is gonna get healed by Adaptive Bone Marrow. It's a lot of Overwatch. Alright, so we got some floaters coming forward. I'm only curious about what the hell that guy's doing. Alright, so we're still in a fairly terrible spot. Alright, we've got to plan another shadow device. I think this one's going to be on St. Thomas More. So, St. Thomas, you could run to, like, here. Fling one, be in half cover. Alright, well, we can't have you do that first, because you will get completely blown to pieces. There's a trillion guys on Overwatch over here. But we can't, you know what, we can still make this work. Alright, so we bring Atlas King to here. Our goal here is just to pull the Overwatch, and we're getting almost all of it on our best mischance. So the Mutant Elites all with a big old fucking whiff. That's beautiful. And somebody's getting panicked, I think. I don't care about a floater. Ellen Keller will kill those. I'm more concerned about the Mutant Elites. Let's start with that one. So this is going to absolutely work. The panic is going to pay dividends. No one can hear you scream. Is Atlas King on job? Atlas King put you in ground, biatch. Nobody fuck with Atlas King. Atlas King is remarkable man. You hear Pete at top of episode. Pete talk about remarkableness of Atlas King. Pete, you gentlemen know what? Alright, so, Madam Curie, I really want you up there flinging grenades. Thomas More.
On my way.
So More comes to here. That's it for St. Thomas More. We need to see how big this... If we have somebody behind a tree, okay, we'll totally be able to cover anyone who's behind the tree. Madam Curie, I think you're going to just forego cover altogether.
Roger. Tracking.
You can do some remarkable shit for us here with a quality grenade. Even if it doesn't do damage to the units, it's fine. I'm really more interested in destroying their cover. But it looks like we can get some respectable damage out of it, too. We hit all three? Yep. Alright, so Tandem Warheads is about to do some serious work right here. Well, we didn't actually get to see the damage totals, but it looks pretty impressive. I mean, from far away, it looks pretty impressive. Alright, so we could go forward a bit and still catch Shadow Device. We could also come over here and take some...
Solid copy.
We're gonna take some pot shots at these guys. We should be able to get hit and run shots on these floaters because they are... He is on the ground, right? He is on the ground. Alright, so this should trigger double shot. 15 damage and a shred, and it did in fact trigger hit and run. So we're gonna take the follow-up another 85%. Good shooting techs. Alright, let's see if the bench can come over and duplicate. Alright, hold on. We need to replot our Shadow Device. Gotta make sure everybody's gonna be coverable. We may have to cheat it to this side a little bit, which we can do and still be okay. Alright. We need to make sure we've got accurate coverage. We gotta have good coverage on the bench here. I don't want to leave him with his dong hanging in a breeze. I mean, that shit's not cool for TV. If we were doing like a feature film of Teddy in the bench, we might be able to get away with the whole dong hanging in a breeze thing, but this is not ABC in the late 90s, and I don't want to see Dennis Franz's ass. So, yeah, we're gonna just keep the dong covered. Not even in prime time do I want to see Dennis Franz's ass. We will take this oh, look at this! Get benched. Man, Teddy, he heard me talking about the dong shot, and he's like, oh, no, I'm down with that. If you guys want to do, like, a, little dong waving episode or scene, no, bring that shit to Ted. What's your mind fray chance like? 70. Alternatively, we could panic a dude. Isn't one of those guys already panicked, though? I thought one of them was already panicked. Aren't you panicked? You are panicked. You're not going anywhere. You're just gonna stand there like an asshole. Well, if you're gonna... What's our hit percentage like? 64. Well, let's go for the Mind Fray then. It's very slightly better, plus I like the beauty of killing a man with his brain. And there you go. So another Mutant Elite is down. So that leaves the Deadeye. Honestly, we should have Helen Deadeye Keller reload.
Rock and roll.
I want her to be able to double tap that ethereal so we can hit him with every single thing that we've got in one turn. We're gonna have Helen Keller steady that weapon. The other Muton is panicked, so that guy actually really isn't much of a problem. And we should still be able to get some shots out of the Deadeye or out of Jack Kirby here too. So he can take some pokes at our lone Muton friend. He actually is gonna just kill that guy straight up. That was goddamn beautiful, Kirby. So that just leaves us then with St. Thomas More, and St. Thomas More is gonna be shadow devising like a boss. You know, make sure everyone is covered, make sure there's no flickering, no twitching. We cannot risk a miscue here. If we miscue this one and even one of these targets is visible, we get rifted and everyone dies. This is a late game hazard with this strat. You better not throw a rift at me. Alright then. If you dropped a rift, I was going to be so unspeakably pissed off it would not even have been funny. But this is one very serious hazard to this sort of strategy that I'm employing for the late game. If something goes wrong, or something happens where this guy like runs up on us and we get revealed with a close encounter shot, you can be in a real sticky pickle in a very serious hurry. Alright, so let's stop. This guy has managed to negate line of sight on almost every single one of our units. You know, that's not real shitty or anything. Just by moving to one side of a tree, suddenly he's invisible. Alright, well this shot cannot miss. It can be reflected, but it can't miss.
Gonna need to reload soon.
I beg your pardon, that did 5 damage? Fucking how? It's a point-blank shot with a reflex cannon.
I'm out of firepower over here.
11 damage on a target that is shredded. Alright, well, I was gonna try for some mind control on this, but now I'm not sure it's safe. Alright, Helen Keller, let's do some double tap here. Okay, well, that was real good, Helen. Alright, okay, we've got Helen Keller then for the double tap. Alright, well, it's the Atlas King show then. Elvis, if you would, I need a little psi inspiration, please. And it really only needs to hit Atlas King.
No retreat, no surrender.
Yeah, well, we weren't going to retreat or surrender, I mean, beforehand, and we're definitely not now that we've totally got the advantage, so no worries. We need to make sure Atlas King can see this guy. If I move him to here and he can't see him, I'm going to be so pissed off it won't even be funny. You know what, in fact, I'm not even going to move him to there, strictly because I'm worried that that might happen. If we bring him here, he should still be able to see him. That was Jack Kirby. I'm a dumb man. Could I have Atlas King, please? Thank you. Alright, well, this is suboptimal cover, but I'm going to go here anyway. Alright, Atlas King, your mind control is still on cooldown. Alright, well, just fucking murder him then. We can't... Oh, we're gonna take damage now, too. Beautiful. XCOM, you have me supremely pissed off at the moment. 2 damage to Atlas King they got. They got 2 damage on Atlas King. 2 damage, and I'm salty about it. Atlas, hit and run your beautiful ass back to cover. I'm sorry, that was some suboptimal play. I can't really call that a bed shitting proper. It wasn't a proper bed shitting. It was definitely sort of the wrong move, but I don't really think we shit the bed on that one. So we're just gonna end our turn here. We know there are aliens over in this vicinity. We're just kind of waiting for them to come in at us. It's a Mechtoid and friends. Alright, well this is the final pod on the game then. If you saw earlier that we got pointed at, that ethereal pointed at the team, and what he was doing was, like, I guess it's a mechanic in a long war where they can straight up pull in entire pods of guys. Does this guy have reactive sensors? I mean, he has every other ability, but clearly he does not have react. Alright, so we should have no trouble killing this guy then. Start it up, St. Thomas. 10 damage, pretty good ring. Nice fucking miss. Alright. Well, this is interesting suddenly. What should have been kind of a no-brainer kill squad here has suddenly turned into a bit of a sticky wicket. Well, we're gonna draw the Overwatch with the Teddy then. Bully! Nobody hits Teddy the Bully Roosevelt, except for you, who hits me through fucking lightning reflexes, because that's not at all bullshit. Go suck a dick.
They're repositioning on us.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because that's not at all horse shit. Lightning reflexes hit twice through cover by fucking Overwatch. Yeah. Yeah, that just happened. Yeah. Twice. Twice we got hit there. 2 times. Not once, but twice. Got hit twice. Teddy Roosevelt took a critical injury. That's real shitty. I don't know what to say about that other than fucking bullshit. Also, I can't help but note that guy is still fucking on Overwatch, by the way. How is that a possibility? How is that unit still on Overwatch? It fired and hit twice. I'm not aware of any unit in the game or any combination of abilities that gives one 3 Overwatch shots. Not aware of such a thing. Well, I mean, we can't take the move with Atlas King, because at this point, I'm concerned that he'll get hit too. So, yeah, I guess we'll do it here with Thurgood Marshall. Another hit?
Taking fire.
I want to say that this counts as a bed shitting, but you know what? No, that absolutely does not count as having shit the bed. This is not a bed shitting. This is not a bed shitting in any way, shape, or form. We did not make a mistake there. We pulled Overwatch with a unit that has lightning reflexes, and the game just said, no, fuck you, I win. It just said, nope, sorry, I win. I get a win all the time.
Heading out.
This is build 15. Fuck fair. This is just me. I get a win. This is the Charlie Sheen level interaction right here. I get the win, and you get nothing.
Throwing grenade.
You don't get to have nice things. Charlie Sheen has all of the things. You and your Vulcan Mechtoid can lick my crotch. So, Atlas King, I mean, we could have you go mind control a sectoid just because it'd be kind of funny. We do also need to get somebody to go over there and heal our little friend. Kirby, you're going to need to find some actual cover. Now let's go ahead and have you take a poke at this drone. 82%. Kirby does have Deadeye, which is one of the reasons why I saved him to shoot at the flyer. We do need somebody to go take care of Ted. I mean, he's over there. He's injured. Somebody needs to do something about Teddy Roosevelt. I'm going to mind control a sectoid. 96% chance. This is going to work.
Join me.
Then again, I say a 96% chance should work, but Teddy Roosevelt also got butt-fucked twice in a row, too, through Overwatch, so what the hell do I know about statistics? These sectoids are going to trade a little fire. Oh, never mind. They're just going to both shoot that guy in the back. Oh. Alright, so we can probably kill... If we could get Marie Curie close enough, we could kill all 3 of them. If we could get her close enough. Not sure we can get her close enough. St. Thomas More, it says he has a squad sight shot, but he doesn't. Alright, so what... Sectoid? I mean, you're not going to have shots. Well, let's just drop you back over here. That guy's on Overwatch. Well, better you than Teddy Roosevelt. So, the sectoids have killed one of their own. Man, stop sectoid on sectoid violence. Stop the hate. Stop the hate. Don't, no sectoid on sectoid. And so, we're gonna have Helen Keller come forward, and I do have a plan here. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but if it does, it'll look really cool. Kirby, we're just gonna move you to this tree and have you reload.
Reloaded.
I really feel as though I have squandered Atlas King's ability. The drawback to this plan is that if it doesn't work, we're probably boned.
Aye, aye.
So we have Marie Curie. We'll come back to you in a second, Curie. Teddy, you're gonna reload.
Heading out.
We need to get the heal off as well. Hunker. You're gonna have St. Thomas Hunker. I need you in cover, but I also need you in an area where you can... Alright, well, we're going to take a little bit of a risk here with Elvis. I have a backup plan that doesn't necessarily involve getting Elvis shot. I do have a plan for our engineer. This is a Perfidious Pete style plan. I've got this one. It's not, you know, it's not still on the drawing board. It's not fully off the drawing board yet either. Yeah, that's not good.
Okay.
Never mind. I had a plan. I was excited about the plan. The plan is absolutely not going to work. So, fuck the plan. We're just going to double move with the Deadeye. We can engage the plan perhaps next turn. And now we have to hope that St. Thomas More doesn't get shot, because I may have found a way to turn this into a bed shitting.
You hear that?
Sounds like a bed shitting, you're right. I hear a little bit of rumbling down in the lower intestine. Jesus, you're not wrong. Little bit of rumbling, little rumble in action. It's not good. Now they are shooting at St. Tom. I'll panic him or whatever, that's fine. Oh, neural feedback. Killed that guy almost. Wow, neural feedback did a shitload of damage.
Heading there.
I'm really, the more I kind of experience with neural feedback, the more I think it's a remarkably good ability. So this should kill both of them then. The overflow damage from this grenade should chain into the other mechtoid and kill, or the other sectoid and kill. That should kill them both. It did not. Should have, but didn't. Or I just misunderstand that mechanic 10 out of 10 times, because I always think I'm gonna have one of them get killed by another one, and then it never seems to work out. Can we just run and gun someone up there and murder him? Like Teddy, Marshall, Bench, whatever. He's right there in that tile. I mean, we know where he's at. Just go shoot him in the back.
Going in for the kill.
Just go shoot him in the
Already
back.
there.
Just have this be over. Come on, Thurgood Marshall. You can do this. You're you. You got this. You can't not kill the man. There we go. End of mission? Alright. So Operation Driving Engine is a success, despite racking up yet another critical wound. But honestly, I gotta say, I feel blameless about this one. What am I gonna do? I was sitting there, quietly minding my own business, and the random number generator ran up behind me with a bludgeon, thumped me in the back of the skull, knocked me out, and fucked me while I was unconscious, and then ran away. And I can't even report the crime to the authorities properly because I got no evidence. There was no witnesses. There was no nothing. It was a drive-by butt fucking. That's what Teddy Roosevelt got. Shit, what we should do is we should hire Teddy and the bench to investigate the drive-by butt fucking that Teddy Bully Roosevelt got. That could be their first case. They're private dicks now. They gotta find a way to make money. I mean, they're not getting a salary from the city anymore. 39 Illyrium, which is nice, 50 alloys, a bunch of other shit that doesn't mean anything, and of course our Titan armor is damaged, so we're gonna waste a whole bunch of Illyrium repairing that. Ah, yeah, there goes 8 of what we got. That's fine. We honestly have more suits of Titan armor than we need, so the actual repairing of the Titan armor is fucking irrelevant. It's the resources that are real irritating, and my complaints with the repair mechanic in build 15 continue. It's a junk addition. It brings nothing to the game other than annoyance, and further punishes the player in an area where they're already being punished. You're taking away resources in an area where you already are completely throttled with resources. The Illyrium acquisition in the Long War is very poorly balanced. But that's a discussion for another time. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see some unbelievably unlikely bullshit lightning reflex failures on a regular basis, you might consider subscribing as well, because my luck is always that bad. It really is. Yeah. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.